Have you ever noticed how two people can follow the exact same diet yet get completely different results? One person feels steady energy all day and loses weight easily, while the other crashes hard after lunch and struggles to shed a single pound. The difference usually comes down to a tiny, invisible molecule produced in your gut called butyrate. When your butyrate levels drop, the cells lining your colon weaken and separate. This creates small gaps that allow partially digested food particles and toxins to leak directly into your bloodstream, triggering a widespread inflammatory response known as leaky gut. To fix this, we are going to walk through a simple 5-step dietary and lifestyle protocol designed to safely raise your butyrate levels and repair your gut lining from the inside out. You won't need expensive supplements to do this. The entire process relies on highly accessible items like water and unmodified potato starch. By actively feeding the specific bacteria that make this molecule, you shift your body out of a state of chronic fatigue and into active, sustained repair. Step 1 of this protocol is clearing the runway. For the first week, you need to minimize or eliminate gut irritants like ultra-processed foods, artificial food colorings, and excess sugar. These ingredients act as stressors. They feed the wrong strains of bacteria and worsen the inflammation that causes the gaps in your intestinal wall to widen. While you remove those stressors, you can add an optional daily cup of bone broth. It provides collagen and gelatin, which act as structural building blocks to soothe the damaged lining. Your colon cells need their primary fuel, butyrate. When absorbed, they become highly active. Powered by this fuel, the cells pull tightly together, closing those leaky gaps and producing a thick, defensive mucus barrier. Removing dietary toxins ensures that when we introduce this fuel, your cells can actually rebuild. Step 2 is how we manufacture that fuel. Your body cannot make butyrate on its own. Instead, you have to feed your microbiome a specific type of prebiotic fiber called resistant starch. The easiest way to get this is through unmodified potato starch. Start with a small dose, half a teaspoon daily, mixed into cold water or a smoothie. There is a strict rule. Never cook the potato starch. Heat entirely breaks down the resistant structure, rendering it useless to your gut bacteria. The second rule is pacing. Increasing your dose too quickly overwhelms your current microbiome, which leads to severe gas, painful bloating, and cramping. To build tolerance safely, increase your dose by half a teaspoon every 3 to 4 days. Your long-term maintenance goal is 1 to 4 tablespoons daily. If you prefer whole foods, you can achieve similar results by eating green, unripe bananas, which naturally contain high levels of this same starch. You can also use retrograding, cooking starches like rice or potatoes, then cooling them in the refrigerator physically transforms them into resistant starch. By sending these raw or retrograded starches all the way down to your colon, you deliver the exact raw materials your bacteria need to start pumping out butyrate. Step 3 is adding a synergizer. You need to incorporate more omega-3 fats into daily meals. Omega-3s perform a dual action. They actively promote the growth of the bacteria that produce butyrate, while simultaneously suppressing the bacterial strains responsible for low-grade inflammation. You can easily find these fats in everyday sources like salmon, mackerel, chia seeds, and walnuts. Step 4 focuses on movement. You need to complete 30 to 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous aerobic exercise 3 days a week. This chart shows the relationship between heart rate and short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs, over time. Simply elevating your heart rate through aerobic exercise forces your microbiome to produce more of these beneficial lipids, independent of your diet. But there is a catch. The changes to your microbiome from exercise are highly transient. If you drop the exercise habit, your bacterial populations will quickly revert to their baseline levels. When you combine the resistant starch diet with consistent aerobic exercise, you create a compounding environment in your gut that maximizes your butyrate production. Step 5 is to monitor your progress and adjust. You should track your daily subjective metrics, paying close attention to your digestion quality, your energy levels, and any bloating. If you experience excessive gas, do not panic. Simply dial back your potato starch dosage for a few days to give your bacterial populations time to adapt to the new food supply. Patience is required here. Noticeable improvements in your digestion and a clear reduction in those afternoon energy crashes usually take between 2 to 4 weeks to materialize. You will also notice metabolic benefits, like a sharp drop in daily food cravings. As your butyrate levels rise, They trigger the release of GLP-1. GLP-1 is a hormone produced in the gut that signals the brain to reduce appetite and promote feelings of fullness. This naturally quiets the persistent food noise in your head. Your next step is clear. Pick up some unmodified potato starch today and mix exactly half a teaspoon into cold water tomorrow morning. By systematically feeding and exercising your microbiome, you now have the exact blueprint to seal your gut lining, lower your systemic inflammation, and permanently reclaim your daily energy.